Hi guys, and welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we created several Elementor hover effects. This was one of them, and we had a question from somebody that they love this hover effect but they wanted to disable it on mobile. Let's just get this in mobile. If I hit my F12, I'm using Google Chrome here. And I can bring up the inspector tools, and let's just toggle the mobile version to on. As you can see, it's doing the same thing on mobile as it is on the desktop. Just scroll that up a little bit. And they wanted to just turn this off so they had a static image on one and just the writing on the other, or whatever the original was. And it's really easy to do. We have to use media queries for this, which is a bit of custom CSS. Don't let that put you off. Any CSS I'll write today, I'll put below the video, and you're welcome to use it and manipulate it how you need to. Okay, so let's just have a look at these and see which one's which and what the classes are. So I've got the page open with Elementor right here, and I'm going to go into this first one. And if I look at the advanced tab, we gave this a CSS class of hbox, which is making it appear and disappear. And this one over here, if I go into it, we gave the class of hovbox, HOVbox. So we need to create some media queries that are going to do the opposite, so it stays as it is. So this one stays as just the lorem ipsum there, and this one stays as just the image. I think that's what he was asking anyway. Media queries are wonderful for changing things on various device, things like phones and tablets. If you want to stop something or create a new effect on a phone or a tablet or something of a different size. So here's the custom CSS we wrote for this originally. It's this here. As you can see, we've got the hovbox and we've got the hbox, and we've got a hover version of each. And now that's what we need to affect with the media query. What we're actually going to do, if we look at the regular state that doesn't say hover after it, it's got opacity 0, so that basically means that is invisible. So we need to change it to 0 on hover also when we are on smaller devices. And like I say, we use a media query for that, and that's going to let us select a device size or a pixel size at a certain width. You want this to happen at a certain width or a certain size. So I'm going to say at media only screen, and then open some round brackets. Inside we want to put the width, the maximum width that we want this to start at. So we say max width colon, and then the actual amount in pixels where we actually want it to start. I'm just going to put 600 in. Put in whatever works for you. If you want it on just to be on smaller devices, put it in about 350 or something like that. Check in your browser for sizes that affect these. But I'm going to say 600 pixels just for argument's sake. Okay, and after that little round bracket on the end there, we want to open and close some regular curly brackets. And in between here, we're going to actually put the code that we want to happen when a screen size, or your website's being viewed on a screen size that is 600 pixels or smaller. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the hover state of both of these. Here's hovbox 1. I'm going to paste that in there. And I'm going to flip the opacity to be as it is with the regular state, which is 0. So I'm going to put that to 0, not 10. Now I'm going to drop down one, and I'm going to grab the other one. We've got the hovbox, so I need the hbox hover here, and I want to swap that one to be a 1 like it is in the non-hover state up there. Control C. There we go. And just flip that over to be the same as the non-hover state, which is 1, and publish our changes. Okay, if we go back up over to here, when we refresh, it should still work perfectly on desktop because this desktop is way over 600. So as you can see, when we hover over it, that's working perfectly. Now if I engage our inspector tools, F12, and hit the responsive toggle right here, when I hover over these and click on them now, they should do nothing, and they don't, as you can see. Absolutely nothing, which is what was needed. And just check your sizes up here. You've got various different sizes. Like I say, I'm using Google Chrome here. It's absolutely free, and I'm sure most browsers do this nowadays. I just happen to use Chrome because I really like it. And you can check your device size if you want it to do on iPad. Set your media query for iPad and lower. So that is how to do it. And like I say, you can use these for all kind of different things. If we switch this off now, so perhaps if we wanted to not display this at all, what we could do is we'll go into the column because the image is actually in the column there. Let's go to the page. We'll go to the column, the little dark tab here. We'll give it a CSS class. I'll just call it H-col for hover column. And we can hide this whole thing on media sizes from 600 and down or whatever. Let's go back to our customizer. I'm going to drop down, making sure that your last curly brackets below there, you always want to end with 2 curly brackets when you're doing media queries, because one's containing the whole thing. Okay, and we called that H-col, didn't we? So it's dot class name, H-C-O-L. Open and close some curly brackets. And I'm going to tell it just not to display at all. So I'm going to say display, colon, none, semicolon. Save our changes. Go back to this page. And as you can see, everything's working perfectly on normal desktop. If I hit my F12 and go back to mobile, this whole column should disappear. And there we go, we're just left with the one there and the other one's not appearing at all. And if I drag it back to desktop, pops back up again. So media queries are an absolutely wonderful thing to use, and you can do all kind of things with them on different screen sizes. So I hope that's answered your question. I'll put this bit of media query code below the video and you're welcome to use it if you want to. I will delete this little display none for confusion. And I'll put this whole image hover thing down there. So there you have it, guys. That is how to stop your hover effects happening on smaller devices. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.